What up? It's Jimmy from odds.com. This is a clip from our big Thursday, January 14th NCAA basketball show. To check out the entire show, hit the link at the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. And we roll on. We have 3 games left on Max's card, and we head out to the West Coast. 8 p.m. Eastern, WCC action. San Francisco Dons, 8-6, 2-2 in conference. At Portland Pilots, 6-5, 0-2 in conference. San Francisco opening up as 11.5-point favorites. It's now 12.5 or even 13. This total opened up at 146. It's now at 147 or 147.5. We're at the Chiles Center in Portland, Oregon. These Dons beat this Portland squad badly here in Oregon on Thursday night, 88-64, as 17.5-point favorites. Wasn't a surprise. Khalil Shabazz goes for 19. Backcourt partner Jamari Bouye, went for 14 points, 7 assists, and 5 boards. They followed that up with a disaster. They followed up that 24-point win with a 76-68 loss at UMass Lowell as 16-point favorites. Shabazz went for 31, but the Dons hit just 37.7% from the field, 19.2% from 3. Shabazz and Bouye scored 67.6% of the team's points. That's unacceptable. Somebody else has to step up. These 2 guards can't do everything for them. As a team, they shoot 43.8% from the field, 36.5% from 3, and 71% from the foul line. Portland has lost 3 straight. After losing by 24 to San Francisco, they followed that up by losing 116-88 to number 1 Gonzaga. They covered in that game. They were 32.5-point underdogs. They lose by, 28. They're led by senior guard Ahmed Ali of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, where Max and I are shooting this right now. Ali averages 18.5 points a game. They hit 41.4% from the field, 32.4% from 3, but 77.7% from the foul line. Very interesting spot. We just saw these 2 teams play, and now Portland goes off and plays the best team in the nation and covers, and San Francisco lays an egg at UMass Lowell. Max, take it away. San Francisco, Portland.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jim, I just want to throw in a tidbit. Loyola Marymount was the game that San Fran blew. I was on San Fran. I was on San Fran live. Took them on the money line down 10 points, and then watched a absolute debauchery of mishandled possessions, weak off the dribble moves, and with San Francisco's big men, I used to watch San Francisco when they had Jimbo Lull. Jimbo Lull, if he watched that game last night, that last game that they played against Loyola Marymount, he would have been puking on himself and just letting it sit there and seep into whatever clothes and furniture he was sitting on. It was so disgusting. So with San Francisco tonight, I think that they're going to have a rebound game. I think that this is the antidote that they need offensively. This is a team in Portland that doesn't have a ton of size, which does give San Francisco trouble. With Bouye, yes, we know Bouye is involved in a lot of their offense, around 40% of it, to be approximate and close to exact. He needs to get the ball into the paint. He needs to be able to dribble, drive, and kick. And you need 3-point shooters hitting 3-point shots. I saw a lot of tentative shooters in the game against Loyola Marymount. I saw guys getting frazzled the way that I get frazzled when I watch Wisconsin not do their part to get a game over 134. But San Francisco can make threes. They scored 15 against Portland last time they were playing, and they shared the ball to the tune of 24 assists. I think that this is a game that I have to look at Portland as a revenge situation. You mentioned him. When you got a Canadian named Ahmed Ali, you got my attention. I like the kid. He's got a killer instinct. Even at 5'10", he can put the ball up. He can score at all 3 levels. He just needs to have his teammates share the ball a little more. They need to focus more on taking it away from San Francisco, limiting their turnovers, which I just don't think they're going to do. In San Francisco, they're not too shabby there either, where I think that they're capable of a 20 turnover game. I think that there's going to be lackadaisical three-point defense from both sides in this game. And I think that with Ahmed Ali, he's got to be able to get to the free throw line. He's got to be able to push the tempo and get to the rim, even if he's got to go coast to coast. You got another Canadian in Chiles Griffin that you can bring off the bench. He's able to hit some shots for you. I just think that this is a spot where Portland's coming off a loss to Gonzaga. It's always easier to score against your next opponent after you play a team of the quality of like Gonzaga or a Baylor. So I think that this is a spot that I take the over again. I took the over in the first game. I think that if we saw a total in the 153 to 155 range, obviously I would reconsider. I'd be looking the other way, but anything under 150 was good by me with this total. So I'm going to take the over. I'll take the over at the number that we can get right now. And I just think that we're going to get some sloppy play at times. I think that both teams are going to find their offense against each other. And I think that there's going to be a lot of transition layups that are scored. So let's get this game over with 7 minutes left to go and no ass clenching.
I love it. And thank you. Yes, UMass Lowell. That's what I wrote there. In conference play, somehow they go over there. Loyola Marymount. Thank you for correcting that. Okay, Max, we can give you a 146.5. It's 147.5 at FanDuel, just 146.5 over at Circa. So let's lock you in right there. Over 146.5 at minus 110. That makes more sense. Loyola Marymount. What the hell am I writing? It's late. Okay. Great job, Max.